turn it over to Diamond Shola, who is going to walk us through some ideas, some training, and how to really build a great business, making great customer income as you work on building your team. So Shola, you're welcome.
All right, fantastic. It's actually a wonderful night, and I'm so happy to be here to show us how actually I've been doing my thing, and let me say my psychology about the business and the way I've been pushing it, and has really been helping me. And I believe that if we can all have an equal playing ground, if you can all run with one idea, if you can all become one and run with one voice, I'm sure that the business is going to be a better one for us. Now, the goal is to make money. Yes, that's number one. That's number one goal, is to make money. And I always tell my people that it is not about the millions, really. It is not really about the millions. It's about putting food on the table first. That's the first thing. It's about putting food on the table. So when I saw Mark's opportunity, for me, it wasn't going to get millions from it. Although I was hopeful that one day I could make millions for it. But the number one thing for me was to make ends meet. So when I came into the business, the first thing I saw was a customer income. And it says that make immediate money. Make immediate money. What I needed at the time was how to make immediate money. How to make immediate money, and that was it for me. That was how I drove the plan, and it became what it is for me today. Most of us don't understand what we have, really, and that is why we undersell. I've never undersold the product for once since I've been with Max. I can say that emphatically. You know why? Because I know that the product that we have is amazing. Now, I always tell my teammates that if you're underselling the product, you're not underselling the product, you're underselling yourself, because you have low self-esteem. And the reason why you have low self-esteem, because you have low knowledge of the product. If you have the right knowledge of the product, you will know what you have is powerful. Like CEO said on Monday, he said that we don't have another company with ribosine. We don't have another company with ribosine. So whatever war we are creating among ourselves is in between us, because there's no other company that can come and say 50% discount on ribosine. No other company can come like that and say that, but we decided to, compete with one another, taking just a token, the little part of the market. There was an analysis that Theo did the other time that blew my mind. I've always known that, but it was really, he said it another way for me. He said that even if you have 30,000, a high income earners in Nigeria, that's like 1% of them, because you have like 30 million, you have 30 million people that make over $100,000 every year. If you take the 10%, that's 3 million. If you take the 1%, that's 30,000. And 30,000 is enough for us to share and make good money from it. And there are also like 20 million people that makes, over $25,000 in a year. What a big market for us to harness. What a big market for us to harness. Now imagine if we all come together with one voice, we can make most of, the market, instead of us trying to slash down the price and compete among ourselves, taking an existing customer of somebody, because you want to make more money. Now, the reason why Max is using the network marketing medium is because they want to control demand. The product is effective, and it's not everybody that should be able to afford it. Although the product is good, but not everybody should be able to afford it. If they wanted more people to afford it, they would have, used another medium. But because they wanted us to make money from it by adding, all the profit on the product for us to make ends meet from it. Now, my own principle is what? Sell well first. Sell well, sell good with good profit. What does that mean? Good profit. You're selling for good profit. Then you cannot go for quantity. But first, sell well. I don't think sell low for quantity. No, sell well for quantity. Now, the quantity I'm talking about is not a quantity, that will actually destroy the network marketing medium, because, you don't really need to sell so much. That's why the product have good profit, because everything is already taken care of. So when you sell few, you're going to make good money. So instead of thinking of discounts and thereby going in a route of selling so much to many people, because most of people have this sentiment about business. People are sentimental about business, which is one of the wrongest way to do your business. So don't be sentimental. Don't feel bad if people cannot afford it. I couldn't afford it when I started, but I made sure that one day I will be able to afford it. So why can't those people to take up that same challenge I took for me to be able to afford the product right now? So that way I'm going to make good money because I'm here out there to make good money. And I'll serve as many people as possible. That's my own psychology about this business. Then I duplicate my theory for people. So if you can all consider, going the route of making good profit, then people will stay in the business. And I want to put it to you that everybody that came, at least 98% of network marketers came to put food on the table. The rest 2% are people that are looking for extra income. And if you're really looking for extra income, it means the income you have is not enough. So you're still looking for extra, So the major thing is that, how do I make money fast in this business? And how do I show somebody else to make money fast in this business? That's the logic. Now, another thing, if you focus on looking for associate, which is one of the strategies in town, people use that, according to statistics, you have 95% of consumers in the world. You have 5% of business-minded people. Now, if you're going to the route of looking for 5%, you will go out of the business. You'll be desperate, you'll be anxious, you do a lot of things, you tell lies just to bring people in the business because you're after making money fast. But when you go for the 95% who are consumers, who might not really know what they want, but if you can convince them enough to know what they want, then they will buy the product from you and you will make money. That's the fastest way to build this business. One of the strategies of the monitor is get 1,000 customers. Get 1,000 customers, So everything is customer. Why Max is here to get the product to the end users, through me and you. To Max, I'm like a customer because I get the product, and my own, end users are actually my own customers. So Max is managing me as a customer, although partnership because I'm working, but they are concerned about me. And also now supposed to be concerned about my end users. So if you are a network marketer and you don't speak to customer directly, then you will not have a strong business. The first thing you need to build for every business, I tell people, is customer base. We need to consider the retail profit. Now, when we saw that the market, was going down, I and my team came together and we said that, wow, let's do something extraordinary. Why? Because the reason why people are leaving our business is because they are not cashing out. People are not cashing out like before again. We used to have things that were exciting us before. Things that was driving us before, things that, was making us recruit people because we're sharing our excitement. And what was that? Making money. We're making money with the compensation plan. So it was easy for us to show our testimony, share our testimony. It was easy for us to, bring people on board because there was excitement. Now, when all these things started happening in the market, and Mark started adjusting some compensation plan for a long time reason, which I respect them for, because it's only a company that wants to stay a long time that would make that great move. And they had to, adjust the compensation plan for long-term purpose and to save the bad eggs in the business, and it was not as juicy as before again, and the excitement was going down. And as the excitement was going down, the business was also the volume was also following it too. And we had to find a way to create excitement. And we said, okay, now if everybody's going this way, we are going this way. And because the market is big, everybody will sell. Everybody will sell. And we decided to up the price. We upped the price. And, when I started doing it and I was seeing the excitement it was bringing for me, I shared with my team and my teammates who started doing it. And I was seeing excitement. I call people that have left the business dead people. That's one of my languages I use. So I said that the dead are coming back to life. See, the dead are coming back to life. Why? Because they were seeing another way to make money. They're seeing another way to make money. So they were really coming back to life. So the strategy was waking them up when we decided to hop the game. Now, we studied the compensation plan. We saw that the preferred customer, it's beyond our control. We don't have control about that. Max has the control about that, and we can push strings because they know the reason why they are doing it like that. You know, and for long time reasons, they have done it like that. But we have another open window, which is the retail part of it, and make immediate money with what? Customer income, not preferred customer alone. Retail, what? Plus preferred customer. So we decided to add everything together to make a huge customer income. So we decided to make use of what is in our own control, and we increased the retail profit price. We started with self-GT by taking it to 32,000. No, we started with Max 357 by taking it to 32,000 naira. I know the recommended retail price right now is 30,000 naira, but we took it to 32,000 naira, and we saw that people were making 5,000 naira on it, retail profit. They enter preferred customer, they make 35. So they were making how much? They're making 5,800 on a pack of what? A pack of metal switch. That brought excitement. People were so happy because we were making, on one sale, they're making 8,500 naira. We moved to sell GBT, we made it 32,000 naira, and people can now make 6,000 naira from it. Now, another thing we were able to do was that we saw that our auto ship was not bringing profit. Our auto ship was not bringing profit. So people were not eager to do auto ship because there was no profit. So we found a way to hop the game so that people can do, can make extra money from the auto ship. So what do? We decided to okay, if you're going to use sell GBT a pack of, which is going to give you 55 PV, sell it for 32,000, you're making 2,000 a profit on your auto ship. Now imagine if you had ATP, we do ATP for 20,000, 22,000, depending on the client we are selling to. So now, let's just take 20,000 naira. You collect 20,000 for max ATP. You also collected 32,000 naira for sell GBT. You added them together. You did auto ship of 46,000 naira. You collected 52,000 naira from your customer. You did the auto ship of 46,000 naira. You have 6,000 naira profit on it. That is on your auto ship if you want to work in the line of 100 PV. So the team were eager to do the auto ship because they know that if they can combine the two together, they can make 6,000 naira. So that was the way that was one thing we did to hop the game of the auto ship. So now no one can tell me that there's no, you can't make money doing your auto ship. You can make money doing your auto ship. So that's one of the ways we created excitement in that. So we found a way to actually do that, to help people make money while doing the auto ship. That was the number one thing we did. And then again, we were able to create an equal playing ground for ourselves as a team by regulating the prices, giving ourselves retail prices. These are things we started in our team that has worked. So we decided to let it out so that people can also share out of the excitement, because we believe that Max is undivided. Max is undivided, and that's one of the ways we can actually help. So we were able to achieve regulate the market by creating an equal playing ground for all our teammates. We decided to have one voice. Although I can tell you that we have 100% of people, but at least we are sure that we have 90% of people going with us in our team. And, we're actually 90% is actually converting the rest 10% with our results, because if you are selling, you're using the same effort you're using, that I'm also using, and I'm making more money than you. What will you do? You will join me, because you can't beat the game. You definitely join me, So that was what we did. We created an equal playing ground. So imagine if we can all agree to this and say that this is what we want to do. We don't have any competition. Nobody has ribosine. As CEO said, nobody else has ribosine. If all of us can come together and come in agreement that we want to push this, we'll create an equal playing ground for ourselves by regulating the prices, and we'll make more money. We'll make more money. It will show off, and we can attract people. We have the best product in the country. We have the best product in the world, and we have an amazing compensation plan. And we have a very fantastic, amazing, and wonderful corporate behind us. They're going for a long time, So this is not a sprint, as we've always been doing it. It's a marathon. And what counts is what? It's sustainability. It's not alpha. It is not alpha. It's how well This is how well. So that's what we want to do. We want to build a business that is going to what? Feed us for a very long time. We're going to pass down to our generations to come. It is what building well. The strategy we are using might sound slow, really, but it's what? It is sustainable. It is sustainable. If your teammates are making money, one of the rules of network marketing is what? Help your new recruit to make money as fast as possible. As fast as possible. That's one of the rules in network marketing. If you have listened to great men of network marketing, you know those are the rules you need to play with. Make money, help them make money as fast as possible. Because if they don't, forget it. They're not staying in the business. There are several opportunities out there competing seriously with us. Who cares about a good product? They only care about making money. You may care, I may care, but most don't. They only want to make money. And whatever is making them money, they will stick to it. Seriously, that's what I believe. So if you're in the online space, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of competitions out there. So we cannot be playing small. We cannot keep playing small, because if we keep playing small, we are going to be getting small results. And we can't get anywhere playing small. What I'm playing small is competing among ourselves. We have, if you go to Facebook, you have over 2 million adults on Facebook, over 2 million adults on Facebook, between 45 and 60 above. And you know, if you just take 10% of that, that is what? 200,000 people. Take 1%, 20,000 people. It's enough for all of us to share and enjoy. How many customers do you want to sell to be rich? The system already has a leverage system already, so you don't need to sell so much. You need to sell well by making good profit. When I say well, I mean by making good profit. So if you're getting, you know, let me say 20 customers that are loyal and are buying every time, and you're making good money from them, and you can duplicate yourself in as many places as possible, then you will make so much money. So the 20,000 is enough for us to make money. And don't forget, we have the whole world as a playing field. The whole world as a playing field. But if you don't get it right from here, you will get it wrong everywhere. If you don't get it right from here, you will get it wrong everywhere. That's why it's very, very important. We are going through this stage right now. I call this stage correction point. Correction point. We have all made mistakes. I'm not a saint. We all made mistakes. But the good thing is that I have realized my mistakes. I don't know whether what we are going through is correction point. Every great company will go through this. Every good thing will always go through this. Every good thing goes through this. And this point is for us to do something new. Now, someone told me something at a point in my life that's been stuck in my head. He said, madness is doing the same thing and expect a different result. Madness is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. The reason why we are here right now is because we are doing some things wrong. And the wisest thing for us is to pick up a new leaf, take a new strategy, and start doing something different. I'm going to give us analysis of, you know, what you can make if you embrace this system. I promise I won't take much of your time, because I'll be taking 2 sections, this and the other one. I'll be showing us how we can actually do this practically online. You can also apply it offline a little, but at least, you know, online specifically, because that's where that's how we do our thing, you know, and I'm sure you definitely get amazing result. Now, let me start with just a brief. Now, let's take a simple example. Now, we all know that max minimum is 50 PV. Minimum is 50 PV in max. That activates you for preferred customer commission and fast start commission. That is one thing a new member has access to. That's the fastest way they can make money. You know, so let's assume that you are using CellGVT. The person sold after registration. I'm talking about after registration. Let's take a new month, a fresh month like this. Person is coming back, for auto ship. The person sold a pack of CellGVT for 32,000 naira and enter the point, you know, the person will have 50 PV. 50 PV. Someone can help me write it down. Sorry, 55 PV rather. Sorry, 55 PV. So let me write it down so that people can actually see it. 55 PV. Now you are making what? You enter it as auto ship, 55 PV, then you make 2,000 naira. That's 2,000 naira retail profit. Now, let's assume that the second time you sold Meta Switch within 1 month, again, you have what? 25 PV. Then you make a profit of 10,000 naira. 6,000 naira for retail profit because you're selling for 35,000 naira. You're getting for 29, selling for what? 35,000 naira. Then you have a preferred customer commission of what? Of 4,000 naira. So you have 10,000 naira. So add the points together, you have 80 PV already. 80 PV already. Then you have 12,000 naira already. 12,000 naira already. Now, let's say you sold another pack of, Max 357. You have another 25 PV as preferred customer commission. Then you have 105. Now you are above 100 already. You are above 100 already. Now you make 6,500 naira because you sell Max 357 for 30,000 naira. That's 3,000 naira. Preferred customer commission is 3,500. So you have 6,500 naira. Add it together with the former 12,000 naira you have 18,500. Now with 105 PV, you've been able to make 18,500. That way, he makes more money eventually. He's going to stay in the business. Why? Because nothing concerns him with the PV because it's not of benefit to him. The only that is of benefit to him at that point is 50 PV. Now, if I can duplicate that with 4 people, I'm going to make my prime bonus 1. 150 times 4, that's 600 CV. And that's my prime bonus 1. If I can teach the 4 to do the same thing, I'll hit my prime bonus 2. If those can also duplicate themselves and do prime bonus 2, I'll do prime bonus 3, which is the building block. It is duplicable and everybody is making money. So if you can do this, you make money. And you can also work it in 100 PV too. You can combine 2 or 3 products together and do your 100 PV way. If 100 PV is convenient for you, you still make money on the retail profit. Like for example, I did LGBT and Max Infuse. You can enter that and make more money. If you want to do 2 bottles of Metal Switch, you can do 100 PV, 53,000 naira. You get your 100 PV. You are still making how much on it? Now this is more again because you're going to make 10,000 naira by selling for 70,000 naira, right? For 70,000 naira, you are making 10,000 naira first, and the 2,000 naira discount on the 52,000 naira, you're making about 22,000 naira. So you're still making much more, and you're still getting 100 PV at the same time. Can you see that? So you can still make so much money, even if you're going to the route of what? Of auto ship. Just know that you can have 1 or 2 products together and you make good money. The same thing with 2 packs of LGBT. If you sold them for 64,000 naira and you enter for 56,000 naira, you're going to make the difference. And the difference is how much? 10,000 naira. 8,000 naira. 8,000 naira. 8,000 naira. And that's very good money. That's very good money. Nobody would not want to make that. So I'll be sharing my screen with us right now so that we can see what we're doing. So, okay, let me take this if I share my screen. Now, let's go to how do we get clients to sell these products to? That's the most important. If you have this price and there's nobody buying from you, then frustration is going to set in. But the first thing you need to understand is having the desire to sell for that price. Having a desire to sell for that price. Wherever there is a will, wherever there is a will, wherever there is a will, there is always a way. Wherever there is a will, there is always a way. There is always a way. No excuse. We are looking for high-earning customers. When I wake up in the morning, I tell myself this. I said, I'm connected to people that need my product desperately and can afford it. Now, I will grant your heart desires. What is your desire? What do you want God to grant for you? The good news is it's either good or bad. He didn't say good, he didn't say bad. You are left with the choice to choose it. You are left with the choice to choose it. Good or bad. I've chosen the good. This is how much I need to make. Everything is expensive. Everything is 100% expensive. Inflation is 100% in the country. And you don't expect to still be playing small and live a good life. It's not possible. So you need to hop the game. You need to hop the game. You are not ripping anybody off by doing a good job and making good money. They are also doing a good job where they are making their money. So they need to spend it well for you. They need to spend it well for you by adding value and what? By doing a good job. Now, the first thing you need to understand is what? You need to boost your faith. How do you boost your faith? The knowledge of the product. Knowledge pops off. So when you have good knowledge of a product, you have good self-esteem, and you'll be able to whose confidence, and your clients will buy from the confidence you have. It's not when they argue with the price for you, you're already shaking. Why? Because you don't know the value of the product you have. So the first assignment I'm giving everybody is to learn more about your product. Learn more about what your product can do. I speak to doctors. I speak with doctors, and I convince them to buy my product. And they don't argue because they know that I know what I'm talking about. And I will use third-party tools like Professor Oshinobi. I will send it to them. You can't argue with your boss now. I am a marketer. I just want to sell, but I'm good at using third-party tools because I know you won't believe me, but you believe the professionals. So I leverage on the professionals. I send it to you when you're arguing too much. So you need to learn about your product. That's one of the skills you need to learn. You need to learn about your product so that when you're speaking, you're confident about what you're saying. It's not that you be stammering when they're asking you. You can't sell like that. I can't buy from you. I can't buy from you because I don't want you to kill me. You don't know your product you want to sell to me. I don't want to die now, so I will not buy from you. You have to do what? You have to understand that. You have to understand that. So that's why, someone will speak to you and not buy from you and come to me and buy from me at a higher price. At a higher price. You want to sell for 30,000 that they are not buying. But me, I'm selling for 32,000 they're buying. I sell my ATP for 22,000 naira. Why? Because I will lecture you on what to do. Why? Because I understand the principle of exchanging value for money. I'm exchanging value for money. So I will let you understand what my product will, how it will be of benefit to you. Then by doing that, you know that this product is cheap. And I'll be telling you that this is cheap. One of the strategies of selling Metal Switch for 37,000 that I do is that I tell you, Celgivity is 180 capsules, 6 bottles, and you sell it, you buy it for what? 45,000. Metal Switch is 180 capsules too, and you buy it for 37,000. Cheap or expensive? Give me a chat. Give me cheap or expensive in the chat box. 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 You will buy because it's cheap. 180 capsules for 37,000 naira. It's cheap. It's cheap. Celgivity is 6 bottles for 45,000 naira. So you will buy from me. It's just a way of, you have to have this strength of convincing your client. That's why you have to be smart about these things. They will buy the product. They will buy it because they need it. Just believe that. They will buy it because they need it. They will buy it because they need it. That's one thing. They will buy it because they need it. So you have to find a way to make it look cheap. Make it look cheap. And the only way you can make it look cheap is what? Knowing about your product. Educating them. It's all about educating your client. And you can't educate them if you're not well educated first. That's the first thing. You have to be well educated first before you can educate the people. If you are not, nobody's going to buy from you because nobody wants to die. That's it. Nobody wants to die. Really, nobody wants to die. Everybody's looking for something that will help them live longer. And you are blabbing about your product, nobody will buy. Nobody will buy. So the next thing you're looking for is what? How you can use price to bring the customer. Even some customer will not buy the cheap price. The reason why people are buying Metal Switch for 37,000 naira or 35 thereabout is because it is expensive. So when they tell me, I've used a lot of things. Which one did you use, sir? So. How much did you buy it? 20,000. You can't compare 37,000 worth of product, 35 with what? With 20,000. You won't get the same result. If I start with ribosine, I end with alpha-lipoic acid, I go around with everything. You will buy the product, sir. You will buy. That's one thing you need to know. You will buy. So since also for 45,000 naira per bottle, I love that. I'm going to borrow your faith, sir. Oma, I'm going to borrow your faith. That's what we're talking about. So we can do it. We can do it first by understanding what we have. We have gold mine, and we have been living in abject poverty. When we have gold mine, that's how I see it. That's how I see what we're doing in Nigeria. As I see what we're doing in Nigeria, we need to step up by what? Hopping our knowledge first. Hopping our knowledge first. We have a good market. People are extravagant in Nigeria and they love good things and they can pay for it. Nigeria is one of the countries in Nigeria that don't do credit. We buy cash. We buy cash. So let's make use of that power. We buy cash. So let's make use of that power by what? Educating ourselves. Educating ourselves. See how people are, they've set up to, sort of to 12 bottles. I love this. I love this. So, right. So now the first thing we need to do is what? Knowledge. Knowledge of our product. Knowledge of our product. Sound knowledge of our product. Make sure you read 1 or 2 things about your product every day. You have enough articles on Google. Over 100,000 articles on Google that you can read. Look at all the ingredients in our products and know what they do in the body. With that, you can sell your client. Nobody wants to be sold, remember, but everybody wants to buy something. Nobody wants to be sold, but everybody wants to buy something. Sold means that they're not getting value for their money. They don't want to feel cheated, but they want to buy something when they know this is going to benefit them. So you have to be able to make sure that they see that this can benefit them. So that's the first thing. So now what we are doing is what? Audience, our target audience. Now, the power of clarity of purpose. The power of clarity of purpose. Now, this is how I define clarity of purpose. I know what I want. So I know what God should give me. I know what I don't expect from God. I know what God should give me. That's clarity of purpose. Because if you know what you want, you definitely know what you don't want. But if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So the first thing is what? Clarity of what? Of purpose. Now, who do I want? I want people that can afford my product. I want to sell so amount of parts every month. I want to make so amount of money every month. Clarity of purpose. So now, when you have clarity of your audience, who you need to sell your product to, who needs to buy from you, then you can start attracting the right set of people. Likes attract likes. If you have been attracting poor customer, check your mind. Check your mind. If you have a rich mind, you're going to attract rich people. It is true. You just need to understand that. You attract rich people. If you agree with me, give me a yes in the chat box. You know that likes attract likes. And if you up your game, you are going to attract the right set of people. That's the first thing. So you need to know your audience. My audience are people that I want that can afford so price. Audience that can afford so price. That is what I want. Audience that can afford so price. That is what I want. So that's the first thing. So now when you have that, then ideas can start coming to you, how you can get into the mind of those people. So you start thinking like those people. You start thinking like those people. So you need to learn how to ask the right questions. So now, target audience, then we also talk about content marketing. What is all about what? Education. Education. You're not selling anything. You're only educating people. You are not selling anything. You're only educating people about your product. So you leave them to make a decision. How well and fine or how good you have done that is what determines whether it will end up in sales. So don't be anxious to make sales. Put money at the end. Put money at the end. Put value first. I don't talk about money. When you ask me how much, I will not tell you the price first. I will cut it off. I will share the value with you first so that the price I'm about to call, you can agree with it. That's one logic of sales. So you can agree with it. That's one of it. So what do I do? We use Facebook. We get clients on Facebook. We get clients on social medias, we get the right set of people. So the other section is going to be how you can get these people. So I'm going to share my screen right now. So what we do is that we use our Facebook. We use our Facebook timeline. And what we do is that we create a page. I told you it's all about education. So Facebook gives you an opportunity to market people on your Facebook timeline. At the same time, you can create a business page. You can create a business page. Now, on that business page, that's where you put all your write-ups, things you have written about the product. It's a mini website for you. For those that cannot be the website, it's a mini website. Then from that one, you can now promote. Facebook has a way, of helping you get your products to people. Social, network like Facebook is a business platform. They only brought us there with a strategy of meeting one another so that we as business people can sell to those that come on the platform. So now let me share my screen with us so that we can see one of the things I'm actually talking about. Now I'm not going to teach us how to create a Facebook page. That's not the training. You can go on YouTube and go and get how to do that. That is not my work tonight. My work is just to let you know what you're supposed to do. So all these things you can go to YouTube, and learn how to do them. So let me share my screen with us fast. Note this. What we're doing is what? Target audience. This is it. This is my account. And if you notice, if you check my profile, I also promote on it. I write articles and I promote. I put a link there, to share on my page. I do that regularly, Why? Because, I just want to educate the people. See my page? I have a niche already. My niche is health and wellness and also business. I'm a coach. I'm a life coach, so I educate people on how to have good health and also how to make good money. So the only thing you find on my social platform is what? Is education on how to make money, testimonies, and also articles to make them healthy. I don't post any kind of thing on my social media. Someone I can put jokes like my child playing with dogs just to show them my lifestyle. Education is that's what I post. You see, I put testimony. I promote my lifestyle on it so that they can know that I'm real. There's so many fake people on social media, so they can know that I'm real. So I do that. I write articles like this. You can learn how to do that. You can go to Google. You can go to YouTube. You have to learn all the skills. Content marketing. You have to learn how to create content. So easy. You can go to Google, take a topic, maybe for example, I collect straw, take it, find it. You can take you can take up to like 3, 4, 5 web page article, read them, digest them, and write something out of them. You can take them word for word, copy and paste. I call it cut and sew. You just cut word for word, but when they read through, it makes a lot of sense. You see, that's what I do on my page. So you see, I linked all of them to my page. I link them to my page. You always find the link of my page there so that you can always read more. I whet the appetite first by writing short so that when you read through, you want to learn more, then you go to my page. Now, let me show you one of my pages. What you will need to learn how to create. This is how you get traffic on Facebook. This is one of my pages. One of my pages, you can add call to WhatsApp there so that, or you put Facebook Messenger there, or you put, if you click this, you show you different things you can put. Let me show us this. Choose a different button. You're going to see. There are so many things you can choose. Call now. If you want to call, want them to call you, contact us, want them to send you a messenger, want to send them a mail, you can choose all these options. The ones you prefer is better, but I prefer them to chat me on WhatsApp. These are things you can also learn on YouTube. My time is fast going, so I'm not going to stay so much on this. So now this is my page. You write them. You write, you just write. You write so that when people come here, they can read more about it. So you need, you have to upload the page. That's why I said you have to know about the product. You have to know about the product so that you can have something on your website. The Facebook page is your mini website. It's your mini website where you can educate the clients. Remember, you're not selling anything. You're only educating them, on how to get who that is. Now choose on how to. They not choose whether they want to get the product from you or not. So this is one of the things I do. Now I'm going to switch now to another one so that we can all see this. Okay, before I go, let me just show us how to create. There's a principle you use to create these articles. The principles you use. This is one of my testimonies. I use MetaSwitch and I did a testimony out, and I've been selling that a lot with my testimony of pot belly when I was 90 kg. So now how do you write an article? We call it content marketing. What we're doing is content marketing because you're educating your clients to lead them to sales. The best way to lead the people is to educate them. So when you educate them, you're going to lead them to an end goal, which is actually buying your product. So what are you going to be doing? You're going to be writing articles to educate them. So what you need to do, the first thing you need to understand is a formula. It's called pain or problem, agitation and solution, PAS. Someone can help me type it in the comment. PAS. The P is for pain or problem. You want to understand their problem first. You want to understand the problem they are going through. You want to understand the point of their pains. You know, agitation means that you exaggerate their problem for them. You try to create fear. That way you are creating urgency for them to solve their problem. This is agitation. You're showing them the depth of their problem. You're showing them what's the consequence of their action if they don't take action now. So you're agitating the problem for them. Then you are creating a solution to them. You're creating a solution for them. You're creating a solution. And business is a solution. Abi? Business is a way of getting, helping somebody else's life to get better. That's the definition of business. So you're creating a solution. You're a solution provider. So that's the formula. PAS, pain or problem, agitation and solution. That is what you use to create your article. You're going to base your article on the problem, which is the cause of the problem. The cause, like agitating, you're agitating the problem, you're expanding the problem, you're making them to understand the problem more. Then followed by what? Providing solution. How your product is going to help them, how glutathione is going to help them, how Metacy is going to help them, how 8-ATP and Fuse Max 1, 357 is going to help them, how it's going to be a solution to their problem. So if you don't know the problem, if you don't know the consequence, or what the product can do, or what the disease rather can do to them, and how your product can help them, you can't close the deal. You can't close sales. It's not difficult. These are things you need to go through. So now if you can go through all this, all this work, then you know that you don't need to sell cheap. You know you don't need to sell cheap. When you go through all this work to make sales, you know you don't need to sell cheap. It's because most people are not adding extra value. That's why they can think on discount. I can't go through all this stress, all this while and sell my product cheap. I can't do that. I can't do that. That's for me personally. So that's what you do. So now, if you look at this, there's a place you see here. If you look under 4 people reached already, that's organic. That's organic. Facebook would naturally take your article to people that need them, even if you don't pay. So we have 2 types of promotion. Now we want to get a target audience. We want to reach our audience. There are 2 ways you can actually do that. The first one is what? Organic. We call it organic process. That way, it's just a normal way the Facebook will take it to people. Another one is what we call paid advert. We call it paid advert, and that is the boost you are looking at there. So if I want now, Facebook has organically taken my post to 4 people. 4 people won't do me a lot of good, really. 3 people here, they won't do me a lot of good. But I want them to take it to more people. By paying for it, then I'll click the boost, a post button. That way, my product, my article can go to more people. Now, sometimes if you want to boost posts, you might not need to write it as big as this so that people can quickly read it. Most time I recommend not more than 200 words, because those are the ones you want to boost, because you want people to really read it, as short as possible, just like this. As short as possible, so that they can have value for it. This is also long too, but you always have to find a way to reduce it, maybe to like 200 or 150 thereabout, so that it can make sense to them. And when it makes sense to them, they can always come and chat you. So you direct them to, you direct them to wherever you want to direct them to Facebook Messenger. That's advisable. You can do it on your WhatsApp too, whichever one. But really, Facebook Messenger, for starters, Facebook Messenger is recommended because you have it within your Facebook. Then you will now bring them to your group. I always recommend you have a group, a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group. That way you can create a follow-up system. I have clients that have been buying from me since 2017 and they're still buying, but because I have a group whereby I follow them up every time. So you have to create a Facebook group or you create a WhatsApp group. So whosoever rather respond to you, you make sure you get that number and you add them to your WhatsApp group, or you send them a link of this group so that they can come in and actually, ask more questions, add more values. In this group, you make sure you always add value to them regularly. You add value to them regularly. Whichever way, just find a way. Like there's one picture that I edited, this picture. I know that many people have actually used this picture. It's been going on social media. I think they have it here. The ones that talk about the miracle of losing weight. I just found it on Google and I just edited it and I wrote the miracle of losing weight. I just did the miracle of losing weight. I think it's not here. So I put the miracle of losing weight and and I've sold I've sold with that very well. Let me show us that. This one. I also put miracles, of losing weight, and sharing it. People saw, the reason why they need to lose weight. Why they need to lose weight. When they lose weight, they know how many percentage of the problem is already solved, and they actually place all that. Okay. Now this is the page. Now you can also get a short device on Facebook to help you go directly to your page. You can download the app of we have a Facebook Suite. You can even type it there. Facebook Suite. You can download that Facebook Suite. That's where you can track you can easily track your page there instead of going to your page. Creating page is very simple. It's very simple. You can all learn that from YouTube, because if I do it right now, we might not really get it because I'll be doing it very fast. But you can also go to YouTube, just type how to create a Facebook page. You see lots of videos that will guide you how to do that, because you have to learn how to go extra miles to get information. All this thing I'm teaching, nobody's sat me down to teach me. I went extra miles to actually get them myself. So these are things I'll be recommending. So also you can also download Facebook ad manager that also help you track your adverts after you have done that. So now if you see this post now, you can see 1,297 people reached. This is not organic. See, organic that Facebook took to is what? 34 people. Now, paid reach, the one we paid for, is 127 people. Now, 71 people clicked the links. They responded to us. They messaged us on Facebook Messenger. See, they clicked what? Send message. They click send message. So right now, if I'm boosting this right now, I'm just going to click boost. I'm going to click boost. Now, once I get here now, this is what it will show me. So now, because I've done this before, it's giving me the whole record, but let's just assume it's a fresh one. Now, the first thing I'm doing is that when I scroll down, it's going to ask me, do I want to get it on Messenger, Facebook or Facebook Messenger? You choose whichever one you want. Then what do you want them to send to you when they click the button? You can edit this. If you can edit this to suit you. Can I learn more about your business? That's the first thing. You can say, can I learn more about your product? You can put the second one, I'm interested. The third one, you can say, how much is the product? So when they click the link, send message, you're going to see the 3 options, and they'll click the one that suits them most. Once you click finish editing that, you will save that. Now, this one is what? The audience. This is what? The audience. No, so now it's going to give you, if you are doing it for the first time, it can give you Nigeria, it can give you US. So you're the one that will now choose whichever one you want. So I want to set it to the audience. This is what we call target audience. These are the people I want Facebook to take my advert, my post to. Advert, if you can call it that, my post to. So I want to choose it. I edit it. I'll click edit. Then I will choose, if it's US here, you type Nigeria here. So you erase and type Nigeria. Now, the next one is what? Is age. Who are the age brackets that need my product? We all know that from 45 upward, people are actually sick. But right now, you can do from 40. Because from 40 upward, someone's going to have one ailment or the other, depending on the product you're actually pushing. So you adjust it to maybe 40, 35, whichever one you want to choose. It's left for you. It's just the idea of your audience. 65 plus will definitely be sick. You want to click all because you don't want only men or women. You can choose men. If it's a men product you want to promote, you can choose women if the product is only for women. So you can do that. Now, after you have done that, it's going to give you, there's another one we call demographics, which is what we call characteristics. Which is what we call characteristics. So it's called demographics. Now, demographics is the characteristics of the people you want, their interest and their behavior. Everything you do on Facebook, they track it. If you have mentioned anything about health before, You are definitely among the demographics of health or people that have showed interest in health products. So that's how they monitor. So all those things we share, they actually monitor them. So you can, all these ones are things you can edit. So what do? You search for them. You search. You just search. Okay, for that, also for that country, you can choose the state you want to. Where you have the Nigeria, you can also choose the state you want. You can choose Lagos, you can choose Abuja, whichever place you want to choose, you can actually do that. So now you want to click this interest, browse. So you actually click it, then you can now start searching. You see the search button there, you can choose maybe health. It's going to bring everything about health for you. Everything, sorry, the timing is wrong. Through health is going to bring health. People that are interested in health is going to bring for. So all you just need to do is start clicking, just adding them. You can choose another one again. You can still continue. You just need to erase it. You can choose maybe marriage if you want product for married people. You can put marriage. It will show you interest. So you just need to think about what you want. You just start adding them. That's how you get target audience. How you get target audience. You can just put ailment. You can put anything you just feel is good for you. It's good for you. Just add them. You can study this. These are things you have to study yourself to actually get them, because I can't be precise about what is really working, because it's just like a gamble. It's just like a gamble. So you just need to study them and choose the ones that work for you. So once you're done, you just click save. Once you click save, it's going to put it in the characteristics. So once you're done with this, it will give you your audience, the amount of people you can reach. See, estimated audience size, you can reach 5.6 million people with your advert. That's what it's telling you can reach with the audience you have actually chosen. So what's the next thing you would do? See, it's telling me estimated day. So every day I can reach 300 to 1,100 people in a day. And you choose the amount you want to spend. If you want to spend 2,000 naira per day, you can choose it for the days you want. For the days you want, you can choose 10 days. The minimum you can actually go for is $1. That is 420, depending on the amount you want to spend. So you can do 500, you can do 1,000, 1,500 per day. Then you choose how many days you want to promote. So you just choose whatever. Let's just say maybe you want to choose 1,000 per day. You just write 1,000 here. This is how much I want to spend for my advert in the day. When do I want it to start? 20. How many days do I want to spend? Start now. How many days do I want to spend? If you want to do 10 days, 5 days, 10, you can do that. Just keep adding it. Your money will start going up to again, So depending on how many days. Now here is total. It's giving me total here. It's giving me total here. So you need to understand your format of your phone. It's giving me total here. So if I'm going to choose 10 days, that means I'll write 10,000 naira here because I'm choosing 5 days. If you go down here, you see it has given me 1,000 naira per day. So depending on how many days you want to spend, you put the total calculation here. So you now add your ATM card to it, because they're going to be charging your account from your ATM every time you're doing that. Then once you're done, you just click post. Once I click post now, it's going to go online. Now they will review the advert to check whether it suits their policy. So that's one thing you need to go and do. Go and read Facebook policy. You can Google Facebook ad policy. It will bring it out for you. Then you can read what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do. I don't have time to actually take that right now. But once I click this post button, boost post now, it's going to fly. And it will enter preview. And once they enter preview, the next thing I'm waiting for them to approve my advert. And once they approve it, then people will start chatting me on my messenger. And that's for that. If you understand that, give me a yes in the chat box. It's something you can also go and check online too for further information. Just check how you can run Facebook boost posts, or on YouTube. You can actually learn more about that, because you have to do private investigation. I'm just giving us a brief tonight so that we can have the way forward. But all these things are skills you don't master in a day. You have to keep doing them until you can actually get them. Then another thing I want you to know is that you don't have to be anxious. You're not expecting a sales right now. There are 3 market ranges. The first one is 2 weeks customers that buy within your instant customers. a customer that buy within your first 2 weeks of seeing your advert. Then we have the 30 days customers, those that buy 30 days of seeing your ad, or within 30 days of seeing your advert. You have 60 days, you have 90 days. So, so you have to have a follow-up system so that you can keep all these people in touch. Some people will buy immediately, some people will buy within the first 2 weeks, some people will buy within the first 30 days, some people will buy after 60 days, some people after 90 days. So you have to be consistent with this. I always encourage that. It's not a must run a advert throughout the month, just choose specific days you can run. If it's 5K you can afford to run, be consistent with it. If it's 10K, be consistent with it. You don't have to run it throughout the whole month or throughout the whole month, but make sure that you're running it throughout the whole year, So you can also build a customer base. When you build enough customer base, you might not need to keep running this advert again because you already have a good customer base.
Here's what I got out of this. One thing that you saw tonight, and I loved it. Shola told us very clearly, first decide what you want. Decide who you want to target, decide how many products you want to sell in a month, how much money you want to make, and then you will definitely find those people. Now, you can find those people in many ways, and Shola has been extremely creative in how to find those. It could be on social media. It could be by asking people who they might know. You can find people in many ways, but you first have to decide. The other thing that I loved was you're creating value and you're learning and you're studying. It's so clear that you study so much. You're online researching things about different health challenges. You're researching about our products. You understand them so well that you're able to deliver content and value. And so that's something that every one of us should be doing on a regular basis if you want to be making money. So I love that. Yes, you are obviously an expert on Facebook, which is amazing, but you taught yourself, which is brilliant, right? So any one of us can learn, even those that are not so great on Facebook, but you can also find customers in many, many ways. So Shola, just before we take any questions, can you tell us what customer income you made just from customer income between preferred customer and retail income in January, when it was a very slow month? What did you make in customer income?
All right, I made over 200,000 naira last month. And I'm going to show us the preferred customer confirmation. So that it won't be as if I'm just bamboozling us with figures. Let me just show us the ones for preferred customers. I think I add a screenshot. If you permit me, if I can do that, can I do that?
Yes, please do, please do. But you know what? As Shola is pulling this up, 200,000 naira is amazing money. Right? It would be enough so that no one would be worried about their expenses, about putting food on the table, and everybody could get back to doing business. Wow, look at that. Amazing.
That's 1 week. That's 1 week, 41,000. Okay, that's 1 month, really. That is the first 1 week was 39,000, 16,000, 20,000, 5,000, 4, 5, and like that. That's just preferred customers. And all these sales, I had a retail profit on all of them. So we had all of them together. I went over 200,000. And I'm not the only one that did it. I had people that also competed with me in my team, because we always create competition in our team. That's the only way we can always check and balance ourselves, so that I will not relax and thinking I'm making good money. What I'm saying with somebody that I trained doing far than me, that pulls me up again. I'm chasing that person again. You're just trying to create excitement in our team, just to keep us in game and in check, so that pride will not set in. So that's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have an awesome night. Okay, bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.